So, for the day, censorship is heavy today. I don't know if it's knowing I'm going to talk about Rathbone and Ken O'Keefe or not, and I don't know what the reason is, but it is unusually heavy today, and the lack of interaction makes it boring. So I'm kind of looking for you guys to come poke the bear, so to speak. You know, I hate the redundancy. I'm starting to feel like as an artist, it's always been a thing where, like, you know, I'd hate to have to play the same song night after night after night after night. When I used to do the poetry clubs, I would never do the same thing. You know, I would always be doing new ones. And I wrote this one today. I wanted to read it. Like, that was always my mentality. So playing the hits is always it's tedious, right? It's just not something I'm interested in. Even though, like, if I go watch Dave Matthews, I don't want to watch Dave Matthews play new shit. Play Under the Table. Play the whole Under the Table set. Do that one. Meanwhile, I'm hoping people come in and, Matt, what's going on? And convince me to keep going, because I'm a little bored today. Yeah. Matt, I exposing Ken O'Keefe and Rathbone, I hate it, man. I really like Rathbone's content. But there are red flags. And one of those red flags is his numbers, the numbers that he's allowed to achieve. Another one is his ambiguity when it comes to God and stuff like that. Like, I don't, you know, he kind of addressed it the other day. Said he'd like to believe in God, but I don't know. But today he proved it to me, because he posted a video of Ken O'Keefe, and he's like, Ken O'Keefe is based. Ken O'Keefe is always based. We really like Ken O'Keefe, yada, yada, yada. And I really don't understand. Like, maybe it's youth, inexperience. I'm not really sure, but Ken O'Keefe is a motherfucker. You know, Ken O'Keefe, I just don't, you know. Do you not remember? Were you not awake yet? Woke? Were you not woke yet? Were you not around in 2016? Were you not in this world in 2016 when he stole all the money from the people and then bailed? Ouch. Ken O'Keefe should not be. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like he should be killed or anything, but he should not be prominent. He should not be given platforms. COVID time. About COVID time. That's barely 20. And then, yeah, see, you're too young. I mean, maybe, I don't know. The younger generation knows about a lot more than you would think. They've been they've had the internet in their hands since they were kids, so they know how to navigate it better than we do, us old people. So Matt, do you know who Ken O'Keefe is? I mean, it's crazy to me how Ken O'Keefe is like, he's well known. He's a rock star in this conspiracy, especially the you know, anti-Israel sort of community. I'm gonna play the rest of that Rathbone video. I had a phone, at 16 flip phone, and know of him vaguely. I'm researching now. I know I've heard the name. Yeah, I mean he's definitely one of those people where if you go into the world, if you are in this world, you've seen clips. It's like Brian Mullen, right? If you do the Earth shape argument, you've seen clips of Brian Mullen. You've seen the balls out physics clips. You might not know who he is, but you've seen his shit. Same thing with Ken O'Keefe.
Rent from our newest fleet yet.
Of Americans now dead. It's
during the first trimester.
So this is.
Oh my
God. So the thing is, so like I say, so he said, "Oh my God, I got an anti-vaxxer in the chat," which is weird. Like you can't be anti-Israel and pro-vaccine. Like that shit doesn't work. What up, James? But so now he switches over to Ken O'Keefe real quick, and I'm just gonna play it and we'll keep going. But I commented on the feed, "Hey man, why the fuck is Ken O'Keefe getting a pass?" Let's see if I do it here, if it'll erase these comments from this page too. Hang on a second. Ken O'Keefe. Doesn't work. We'll put the garbage truck in the background. Just gotta hang on. Alright, so I just commented, Ken O'Keefe stole 130,000 plus K from us Goyim with his World Citizen Project in 2015-16, and no one talks about it. Why does this piece of shit get a pass? We'll see how long that comment lasts. Alright, so far, 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Usually this is about when it goes away. 16 seconds. You're gonna leave it on? Okay, let's play the video and see if it lasts. Alright, so this is what this is the video.
Aloha from Tartaria.
Got a weird aspect
Tartaria.
to this.
You know,
It's got stretched, but that's
Look,
alright.
why does he wear this outfit? Where did this outfit come from? I do have to say, he reemerged in like 2020, and maybe it was earlier, or maybe it was, I don't know. But he showed back up, and he looked completely different. His face was all, like his whole body and face was super skinny, and his voice was crazy. And he made the claim that he had been kidnapped by some and held in bondage for a long time, which is why he had lost all that weight and his voice changed. Like, it sure seemed like he was the clone thing. It sure seemed like he was cloned, and they didn't quite have it right yet. But it's really strange.
Number one, I know that they're lying about the death count of American service members. There is no doubt of this. The figures of Americans now dead, it's impossible to know the actual number, but my guess is, based on empirical evidence, eyewitness accounts, military experts, and just an overall
He knows all them.
understanding developed as a Marine who has been deployed to foreign lands, and
that's what he says. That's the claim.
so on and so forth.
So on and so forth.
It's in the hundreds. I believe the numbers are in the hundreds, and possibly even 1,000. And if they're not those
10,000
numbers yet, they're going to be much bigger than those numbers. So this is number one. You know, I burned my passport in Baghdad 22 years ago with a sign saying, "Support your troops. Bring them home now."
Oh.
Well, why would I do that if I hate America? I don't want you to die for the Jewish state of Israel. And the fact that many Americans are learning to dislike the Jewish state.
It's almost like he wears this outfit to cover up that he doesn't look right.
None of the experts, even the ones that I respect massively, honestly, many good commentators are all getting it wrong on this one thing that they're not telling you. These policies being carried out by Donald J. Trump, these policies are not the folly of a narcissistic, horrendous, horrible, ghastly representative of America known as Donald Trump. It isn't that he is the egotistical narcissist on steroids that is behind the insanity and stupidity and the cannon fodder reality of
I like where he's going with this. I feel like he's going to give a more structural...
sacrificing American sons, mostly, but daughters as well. Here's the truth. It isn't him or his delusions or his ignorance or any of that.
He is just an actor.
It is because the chosen ones have decided long ago that once America served its purpose as a Goyim slave state, that after America was done serving its purpose to die for the chosen ones, that then America, your beloved America, would have to be sacrificed. Yes, your nation is being bled dry, flushed down the toilet, purposely, willfully, so that Pax Americana can be replaced by Pax Judaica, Greater Israel. I have been saying this for decades, but now it's reality. That is the entire economy.
Oh my god.
You know what else I'm talking about.
Oh my god. Oh. That is fucking hilarious.
It sounds like.
She just said, "Is that Alf?" Because she could only hear it. Oh my god, that was fucking awesome. Ken O'Keefe sounds like Alf.
The world sits on the precipice of a cliff and falls off the edge, chosen ones. The edge, resulting in the death of millions, tens of millions, literally.
Yeah.
Willfully.
He's right about all this.
Chosen by the chosen ones.
But watch.
They will die of starvation and related diseases.
He's raining spit down on his phone and, by extension, us.
From the lack of clean drinking
Sounds
water,
just like Elf.
the ability to grow food, and
But
all.
he's so based. We love Ken Beef. I don't mean
Huh?
to poke fun. I'm just,
Yeah, it does.
you know, whatever. We're providing colorful commentary. He's absolutely 1,000% correct, and I love his passion.
All of the things that will come from this 1929 crash on steroids.
Yeah.
Here in 2026, the chosen ones own Donald J. Trump and my birth nation, and they are setting it alight and setting us the stage for a civil war and anarchy. Here is my advice to you, America.
Why do you think Trump's building the bunker?
For all this time that I have been shouting from the rooftops, maintain the republic, maintain the Constitution, arrest the traitors now, and put them on trial with due process of law for treason, and then let us celebrate their convictions and hanging according to the law I swore an oath to protect and defend. I say this from Iran because Iran is against the Epstein class. It is against the Jewish state of Israel and has supported the Palestinian people,
No, it hasn't.
have been Makam, my adopted family. That is why I'm here. This country is on the side of God. I am on the side of God, and I pray that my birth nation finds the way of God, truth, and justice.
Dude just cut a promo. Literally, that's all he was doing. I mean, that's as WWE as it gets, right? And at the end, he's talking about this nation stands for God. I stand for God. What the fuck are you talking about? How can you be a truther and still believe in God? It's so fucking frustrating. Who's paying for Ken O'Keefe? He lives in Tehran right now. Off of what? What is he doing to survive? Oh, I think my comments are gone. Nope, they're still there. Okay. Who pays for Ken to live in Iran? I'm surprised my comments are still there. I mean, he is right on so much of what he says. That's how controlled opposition works. You know, controlled opposition tells you exactly what you want to hear, and then, you know, at the end, or they throughout, they sneak little bits of other shit in there. That it's like a bill being passed in the United States Congress or whatever. You know, do you want children to have school lunches? Okay, well, we're gonna put that bill out, and in that bill is gonna be like pedophiles only have to serve 2 years maximum. It'll be slid in there, right? I mean, I absolutely wish I had the money to fucking leave the United States. I would do it in a heartbeat. If TBG takes off. I'm, yanking my family up and getting the fuck out of here before 2029. Because there is absolutely a fucking huge crash coming. Every empire falls. And that's according to the narrative we're given. There's a reason why they've been feeding us that narrative this whole time. Doesn't mean it's true. It means they're preparing us for it psychologically. If you look back in the history of the narrative they give us, every single century in the 30s, there is huge unrest. It's like it's a 100-year cycle where, they manipulate us, they do whatever until we get to a certain point where we start striking back, and then they shut everything down. And of course, the history resets, the recording process, whatever it is, resets. And the evidence gets lost. Yeah, China sounds amazing right now. I mean, but China is just another piece of the puzzle. At the end of the day, no one is attacking Israel. There is an obvious bad guy situation here. And it's been this way for a long time. And you'll see, videos of like World Conference this or that or the other where the Israel representative says horrible things and then Indonesia's representative says or something like that, but nobody ever does anything. Look how fucking censored we are today. 4 viewers, 2 likes. Hasn't been this bad in a while. What do you suppose it is?
Justice.
Justice. He literally went Hulk Hogan at the end. I mean, seriously, like, it shouldn't matter what side you're on. If you believe everything Ken O'Keefe says, you should still have the questions I have. Who is paying for Ken O'Keefe to live in Iran? What happened to his family? What happened to his wife and his kid? Where are they? Are they safe? What happened to that girl he went to Cambodia with? Where she hasn't thought, like, I want to make my own fucking page. Yeah, China looks like the future. The United States is a joke, is like a relic. It's like what was the future in the 18s was the United States. But now, and the thing is, does China have Tartaria buildings all over? I mean, China obviously has the pagodas or whatever they're called. They have lots of shit like that, but it's a different style. Whereas, like the building that we saw yesterday in Detroit, those style buildings are literally all over the fucking world. Whether it's Europe, whether it's the United States, whether it's Australia, these kind of buildings are everywhere. Are they in China too? Do the skyscrapers in China, do they have a bunch of old school skyscrapers, or was it all destroyed? That's really strange. Let's look up. What's a big city in China? Hong Kong. Hong Kong isn't a city though. Hong Kong is like it's like another country, right? It's not. Special administration is administrative regions of China. Yeah, right. So if you look, either they don't exist, or yeah, look at how Hong Kong doesn't look anything like. It looks like Sim City actually. Right? There's no Empire State style skyscrapers. There's no Mason buildings. There's no, there's no, how every American city has the Capitol building that looks the exact same. Right? Every state has one of those big dome top Capitol buildings. Not a single dome to be seen anywhere. So Hong Kong, China is completely, and I mean, look at this shit. You want to say that we are fucking look at that. Even in the background, we had nothing like that. Look at that shit. Nothing. We have nothing close to this. New York looks like a relic compared to this shit. Here's Shanghai. Look at that shit. Not a Tartaria building in sight. Not a one. Again, it literally looks like Sim City. So what the fuck do you think that is? There's obviously something going on there. Why wasn't China a part of that? Or was it all destroyed? Let's look up, so that's really weird. This is a black and white photo, but I think it's a modern day picture. What is I tried to look up oldest picture of Shanghai. Oh shit. That sucks. Is this old Shanghai? So it did all get destroyed. Because this is, you can't see it very well. This is Shanghai in the 30s. Wow, look at that shit. That was Shanghai in the 30s? What's up, Janie? So, Shanghai did look like that. Did look like New York. I mean, that's indistinguishable from New York. If I showed you this picture and I said, okay, this is New York from the 30s, you'd believe me. You get it, right? This is Shanghai in the 30s. So just before it was reset. Here's a color drawing picture, or a colorized picture of it, I guess. That doesn't look like the 30s at all, does it? Was that what you would think? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Another picture of Shanghai in the 30s. I mean, it's identical. You wouldn't think anything other than like the rickshaw and shit. You wouldn't think that's anything other than New York. So they clearly destroyed it. Here's Shanghai in 1945. Some dude standing in front of buildings that should not exist. The Bund, I guess, is what it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on today's journey into the past. China is a country with a very early civilization and a long and rich history. But in the early 1900s, China's glory days were behind her.
Look at that.
China was a nation in decline.
Kids.
An extraordinary window onto the heart of
barely
cosmopolitan
clothes.
Shanghai over 100 years ago. The original black and white film has been drastically enhanced by means of modern video software, and we added a sound to bring it to life. Enjoy the film.
I mean, that's still impossible. Just sitting there eating in the middle of what? It's like staged images because they knew they'd need it for the future. Fuck, these people just sitting there eating out in the middle of nowhere? Oh, look, a guy and his doggy are doing tricks. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck about this. This guy has a pet leopard. I'm really trying to see more cityscape shit, but of course that's not allowed. I have no legs. I have no legs. Look at these old people. What the fuck do you think they've seen? It'd be so interesting to have interviews with them. But of course that doesn't exist. I mean, these literally look like kung fu movies. Everybody just sort of fucking around. Like, what is the purpose of anything that you're seeing in this video? Everybody is either sitting there doing nothing or they're watching somebody do some sort of entertainment. Oh, that dog doesn't know. It's dinner. And then this is some rich guy getting brought in, I guess. Always look in the background of things. The foreground shows you a brief shot, but look in the background. Look for buildings. Look for things that don't quite make no sense. I mean, what the fuck are we even looking at? Those guys all have guns. Where'd they get their guns? Where'd they get their mass-produced weapons from? So all of these guys are here shooting these guns. These guns had to be mass produced. What was mass producing guns? This is 1898 to 1902 China. Look at the 1903 flying train video. So you're telling me Germany had tech that China didn't? Or what's been, what has been done to China? Is China just at this point, like a slave land? Like they just dumped a bunch of people there? It's weird. What's up there, Karen? Got kicked out, came back. What's going on here? They've always made and mass-produced weapons. Yeah, because the factory is necessary to mass-produce all of the small little features of the gun. The cocking, the firing mechanism, the springs, all of that shit. The stocks, the barrels. Yeah, let's not worry about where that came from. Because they just always had factories, right? They always had factories for smelting and all that good shit, right? What a dumbass. Like, when you don't understand the question, don't respond to it. Right? When you can't think deeply enough. Well, actually, I appreciate you responding and showing the stupidity I'm always talking about. Oh, look, they're playing with their puppy in the front yard. Just walking around. Everybody's standing there looking like they don't understand what the fuck is going on. Look at that big tunnel. Who built that? Looks old as shit. Look at the streets. Again, this is all really old school shit, and these people barely have on cloth. Look at these boys. They barely have on pants. They're just like, and they're hey, I touch you, no, you touch you. Where are all these people? I know you don't know which yard to use. It's all good. You prove it in the comment beforehand. That's all.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
If you have enjoyed today's video, please to subscribe and
I
remember
really wanted it
click
to
the
be a
like button.
cityscape video.
Stay
But
with us
apparently
and
this
have a
is
great
all I
day.
did.
On the formula.
A fabulous day. Day in fabulous London, 1940s in color. Germany in the 30s. Oh, let's see, this has been colorized. So this is before the big bombing campaigns. Look at what this show, it starts with that. Who the fuck built that? Look at all of this. Holy fuck. And then these little shit cars. Obelisk in the background. That's cool. That makes sense. Look at the building. All these buildings in the background. I swear, don't pay attention to the people in the front. They're just there for you to pay attention to. Yeah. The retaining wall right there. Who put that in? God damn, you can't see enough of this. The big building in the background. Old Germany in the 30s. Everything is so close up so you can't see anything. Sure does look modern. Look at all those gears. Who? Wooden wheels. Yeah. Biggest building in the background. I've had a 100 years ago, and the kids don't have shoes. The only people that have shoes are the diggers, archaeologists in the front. Oh, then you got me. Yeah, but Yeah, I mean, where do those kids come from? Like, whose kids are those? So many of these videos, they depict two different worlds. These people with barely scraps, with barely any clothes on, that have dirt roads and wheels and horse-drawn carriages. They're surrounded by monumental cityscapes, huge skyscrapers, elaborate, like the building I showed you yesterday, where the stonework all over it is every inch of it's carved out and beautiful in ways we couldn't even think about doing today. And normally the history of those buildings is that they were built in like a year or two. Everyone had hats on back then. I think there's something to that. There's something to the fact that in all of those old videos, like seeing those kids in China with the pants scraps on, normally you don't see people embracing the sun like that. Normally every picture, every painting, anything you ever see from these olden times, it looks like it's cold. The people are dressed like it's cold outside. Why do they always dress like it's cold outside? The hat's on, It's weird that the moniker, the almost like the slur of a tinfoil hat has been around for such a long time. The idea of somebody somehow shooting, beams, messages, signals into your brain. This comes from long before we had the ability to do things like that. And yet it's almost the original conspiracy theory. And it makes you wonder, does putting a piece of tinfoil in your hat, is that something we should be doing? Is that why everybody back then wore hats? Was there tinfoil in the hat? They're clearly scared of the sun, of the weather. They're clearly scared to even go swimming. Like even when they go to the beach, they have on, and it's hidden behind the cloak of modesty. People were just so modest back then. But modesty doesn't explain the health risks. If you go out, like I live in Michigan, and the heat that we get in Michigan is unbearable. When it's July, August, all that, the heat is just unbearable, and it is. It's because of the humidity. I've experienced dry heat before, and dry heat is hot, but it's not the same. And to think that you would have on thick cotton wool, pants, shirt, long sleeve shirts, jackets, you have a hat on. I mean, a hat on, when I played football freshman year, we all wanted to be cool, so we would wear our bandanas under our helmets because we were all gangsters. And the coach is like, no, you can't wear a bandana. That traps the heat in your head. That most of the heat of your body escapes through your head. So when you have that bandana on, you're posing a health risk to yourself in extreme situations. So to think, back in these days when people are dressed, again, like it's cold, it's not like these are modern day clothes that have been engineered to breathe. And these are wool. A lot of this shit is wool or cotton. And it's heavy duty, like diarrhea. It's fucking inappropriate and immature, my God. I just started thinking of them all in my head. I went from first, second to third, and then I slid into home with a pants full of foam. But that's one of those pieces of the puzzle that just doesn't quite make sense to me, and I don't see anybody really talking about it. Humans are made of 70% water. We are meant to live underground. The sun is our enemy. I don't know about that. But hell, maybe. Maybe that's why we get cancer and all that shit, because we're outside. Who knows? Well, I just know that every video that you can find, every picture that you can find that is the oldest of any given area, you see a world that does not make sense if you're just honest. It's same thing with the paintings. We went to the DIA, the Detroit Institute of Art, one day, and I had already been in this world a little bit. It's much harder for me to do it now. I went to the Henry Ford Museum, and it's almost overwhelming how I don't know the words to use to describe the feeling. It's like when you know you're being lied to, and it's like you feel that insulted. I'm insulted that you would lie to me and do it in such a piss poor way. Like, you're not even bothering to make up a good lie. And yet at the same time, that lie has persisted and been accepted for generations, right? So you almost can't blame them for ouch. Hang on, guys. What's up, Dookie? You want to work today?
I'm probably not.
You're not?
Probably not. No.
Why?
I hate my legs.
Yeah, but you're gonna make your paycheck fat as hell.
No.
Okay.
3-4 days straight.
Yeah, I know, but you should need to get used to that. Since you're not going to take school seriously, you need to be used to working 5-6 days a week. I think you should go in, dude. You're basically turning down money. Kitty. The garbage can, Kitty. He keeps going into the garbage cans and taking shit out. It's ridiculous. This is the third one. You need help. Always need help. Because I'm schizophrenic and I have mental issues. But we went to the DIA, and the DIA has a lot more paintings. The Henry Ford Museum is like a recreation of something. And it's actually just as insulting, just as kind of it's a weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. I am way too angry. You are correct. Look at how angry I am. Grrr. Right, I am. I don't think I'm too angry when it comes to you pedos and eliminating you pedos. I don't think there's enough anger regarding you pedos. But yeah. Like you so badly want to affect me that you have to lie to yourself. Look it, I made you angry, see? I did good, right? Oy vey. Oy. Oy vey. Oy vey. Gosh, a Vega. Stop it. I encourage you to look up Paintings of anything. Paintings of Rome, paintings of Europe. And as always, don't get distracted by the foreground. Look at the background of the painting. Look at what's depicted in the background. That somebody chose to, instead of just leaving it blank or, whatever, to add an entire giant building for no reason. The interesting part is we're doing what we're supposed to. I think the Tartaria aspect is a huge piece in this. But at the end of the day, if we're not talking about Mission on the Da, what's up, CC? If we're not talking about Mission on the Da 5-4, if we're not talking about metzitzia and soul correction and all this other shit, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Those are the things we're being distracted from in just about every aspect of our lives. You can see it's a lot better now. Look at this. This is 30s Germany. Look at all that engineering. Look at that shit. Look at the buildings. Look at this. My God, this was all destroyed in World War II. Fountains. Where'd all this water come from? There were those huge drinking fountains everywhere. The train system. Look at that. Jesus Christ. It just doesn't even fit. It doesn't make any sense. All these people, how come they're not working? What are they doing? At any random time in the day, they don't know these videos are going to be made. Policemen helping the little girl across the street. All these people are just out walking around. Just doing whatever. Look at that. Wow. All destroyed. Look at those. Okay, so those things filling the kegs. You see that? All the technology. What are these machines doing all of this?
What are you doing,
Wow.
Rat?
These trees look pretty old.
Did you stop?
Rounded buildings. Yeah, just for the fuck of it. Look at that. Multi-level trains and bridges. And
Stop it.
this is 1930s Germany.
Why?
Wow. All these poor people just begging for food. The ultra wealthy. Guess she's the waitress then, huh? There's the sausage maker.
Oh my God. Can you get off of me?
I'm trying to watch the video. I've never seen it before, so hard to show the video and watch it at the same time. Look at that shit. What do you think those ladies have seen? Wish you could ask them if they saw those buildings being built. Fat guy riding around in his open roof car. There's one of those fountains. Look at that shit. Oh yeah, unnecessary as hell, but hell, we did it anyway. There's the mail room, the sorting rooms, all being sorted by hand apparently. Look at how people were able to drive back then without any stoplights or anything like that. How did all those people get there? What are all those people doing? Just getting off the train, getting on the train before the train stops, no regulations, no. No stoplights. Guys, yeah, the stoplights. Oh, look, just people. Look how cold. Everybody's dressed like it's fucking cold. Even though it's clearly summertime. Everybody dancing in the same steps, all in a row. Look at that shit. Alright, I'm fucking done. This is crazy. This is just crazy. Like, how do you not talk about it? But at the same time, we don't. We only know what they want us to know. You try asking an official somebody how they actually built all that shit, they're not gonna know. It's just strange. Again, it's like we can't solve it or get any of the answers until we overthrow the friars that control the narrative. The original Superman, the Jewish guy, who was just a mild-mannered Jewish guy in his real life, but leaping over buildings in a single bound. That's just strange.
Rather eat.
Part of me wants to keep looking, the other part is just like, fuck it, there's just no point. 1912, how did Edwardians spend their day? All those clothes and shit, who's cleaning all those clothes? Who's pressing all those clothes? There's rich people just hanging out, I guess. This is what they do for fun? It's weird. What is the point of this game? Seems like you're gonna get hit every time. Oh, you got it in the hole. Oh, okay, I see now. Wow. Hello, how do you do, sir? Hello, how do you do? How do you do? Anderson Mara was good. It was all based on Jewish stuff. All the superheroes are Jews. They're created by Jews. Until you get, like, later on. They had this country-ass music playing. You know that's not what these people were listening to. I mean, think about what it would take to wear those outfits. Look at the kid just looking like, what the fuck are you doing? I've never seen anything like that before. And they won't move, staying right in the middle. So fascinated by what's going on. It's funny as hell. All these people playing the how do you do game. Hello, how do you do? Let me pin a flower on you. Okay, you could pin a flower on me. I mean, what are they even doing? They're not even doing anything. They're just making it look like they're doing something for the... When you look at how good this footage is, why don't we have any footage like this of any of those buildings being built or worked on or anything like that? Hello, hi. Alright, this is so boring. Oh, now they're running a race. This is what they did in their day. Building in the background, it looks like. Oh no, that's a tree. Now they're just jumping so you can jump the farthest. Now they're fast walking. Oh, fast walking. Oh, he's the fastest fast walker. (1920s) rare. The Whirlpool Cinema. The official opening of Gunsbury Park. Come on, flip, fucker. Look at all these people. Look at all the confused looks. There's that magnificent building we somehow built. All these trees are old as fuck. So this has all been this way for a long time. You can't build all these buildings without clearing the trees, right? Yeah. Trees and root systems. Oh my god. Right, look at the trees in the background. This building's been there for a long time. Those trees are essentially touching the building. Imagine what it took to dress like that back then. Where were these clothes being mass produced? Display of jiu-jitsu by Constables Crew and Hutchinson. Ealing Police with the assistance of Tiny, entitled. What? Jiu-jitsu? I thought jiu-jitsu was something new. Top hats, of course. Smoking, of course. He just smacked the shit out of him. Holy shit. What the fuck? Top hat can fight, huh? I mean, that looks real. The first shot knocked his head off. No, it's fake. What the fuck? You flattened him? What the fuck? He just absorbed him into his butt? Ooh. One of the motorcycle jumps, I guess. I mean, again, this is just like people who have nothing else to do in their lives. Don't these people have to eat? Isn't finding something to eat a high priority for these people in the day? Where are they all going to eat? Who are they waving at? That was fucking crazy. That was very unexpected.
Stop attacking me.
Amsterdam in 1922. Funny thing is, if I didn't tell you where these places were, you'd never know because they all look the exact same. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, that's fucking 1922. Where are all these bricks coming from? The crazy part is none of it looks new. It all looks extremely old. Yeah, it's not like, wow, look at this new building. You won't see construction anywhere. Wow. Looks like it's cold outside. Oh, it's definitely AI now. Oh, okay. That's what you have to tell yourself to make it seem real to you, because otherwise it's unexplainable. These aren't AI videos. These are colorized videos from the past. That's why they look like this. What the fuck? You always have to wonder, like, look at the people looking at the camera, like they have no idea what the fuck that's going on. This isn't AI, man. Oh, we went in and now we're coming out. Good day, good day. Hello, good day. Take off your hat. Hello, good day, hello. I wish you guys could actually see it because it's a lot better from, not screen on screen. Those electric trams that are running on what? All the gas for all these vehicles. Where's the gas coming from? What's the refinery look like that's supplying all the gas for these vehicles? Where's the gas stations? And think about how much of an issue gas is today. And we have all the technology we do. Back then, they weren't supposed to have any technology, so where were they getting all the gas? Look at the building, man. Don't look at the foreground, look at the background. Look at that shit. Holy fuck. Wow. What the fuck is that? Wow. All these people just standing around. Standing around, just looking at stuff. Dressed to the nines. What the fuck is this? Just a baby. I don't know what these numbers are supposed to be, but everybody seems very interested in them. Oh, yes, very interesting. Yes, I see it. Do you see it? I see it. Oh, that's very interesting. Number 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, this is all the way to number 30. Oh, very interesting. Number 30. Yes, you guys see that? It's number 30. I see it. New York in the 1900s.
It was the stock market that started history's greatest wave of wealth.
New York 1900s.
Hello, everyone. Today, I'm taking you back to New York in 1900. Using my new restoration and semantic colorization technique, I've achieved a level of realism rarely seen on YouTube. Let me know what you think in the comments and which scene impressed you the most.
Jesus. Look at the background. Don't forget to look at the background. Look at all the fat people, speaking of McDonald's. What are all these people doing? The kids are obviously, they see the camera and they're all playing, pandering, making faces and shit. What are all these people doing? Little kids just running around across the street by themselves, running out in front of the camera. They look like they've never seen a camera before. They're trying to figure it out. No street lights, no stoplights. Again, so you end up, your eyes ends up looking at the kids. Look at the background. Don't look at the kids. Who is building all of this in 1900? Again, don't pay attention to the distraction. This kid just sitting out there not doing shit. Keeps making the put your hand to your nose and wave face. Look at all these Jewish kids. No black people anywhere. Look at the backgrounds. Where are all these kids? What are they doing? What are their lives like? Don't they have school? Don't they have someplace to be? God damn, I wish you could see this clearly. Look at the city. Look back. All these people are doing what? They're just sort of wandering around aimlessly. No streetlights, nothing. All the people just go. What's powering these trams? What are they riding on? There's no electrical lines going across the top. And as always, who built all of those buildings? For all these people just wandering around, doo-doo-doo. Got nothing to do all day, so I put on my suit and I go wander around through town aimlessly. Trying to avoid getting hit by cars and shit. Looking for cameras so I can be fascinated by them. Now you have a horse-pulled tram, because now you got a tram going by with a horse pulling it. as opposed to the trams that operate without horses. What the fuck are we looking at? Of course, nobody from here is alive now to tell you what they were doing. Another tram just riding along, no power source. Look at the concrete. Look at the vents in the sidewalk. Who made all of the pipes underneath that those vents were, you know, and what were they venting? All these guys on horsebacks, huh? That's what it was? Dressed like it's fucking 40 degrees outside, but you can clearly see it's not cold. Sure looks like a lot of Jews. They seem to be dressed like Jews. I don't know. So now this woman who just walked by the other way for no reason, now she's walking back this way aimlessly. All these people just walking around, nothing to do. Where are you going? We don't know. We're just walking around. Oh, they're totally accidental. Everybody's clothes are clean, even though they supposedly wore them every day. Sure looks cold. He's running. Head down like he's falling forward. Stop it. Stop it. We kind of look like cavemen, so it doesn't really make sense how we could build it all, but nice try, dumbass. It's been colorized. Where did all these people get their money from? I just heard to stop it. Just walking around aimlessly, looking for something to do. Hands in my pockets, dressed like I'm fucking going to the theater. All these women in their hair's all shiny and, you know, vibrant, like it's washed and clean. Get out of this shit, it's boring here. Okay, so where did all produce come from in 1900? What was delivering the produce that came from the farms way outside the city to get here? I mean, think about that. Grapes and plums and all kinds of shit. They just what, transported all that shit? How? With their little horse-drawn wagons? So wait, what's going on here? Here comes the policeman. What are you doing with that cart? Move it along. Move it along or I'll hit you with my stick. Now this plum merchant has to leave because the cop is mad at him. Okay, so where'd the glass, the giant panes of glass for those windows come from? You know, the 1900s mass-produced glass factory must have been working overtime, huh? If you don't question this shit, that's on you. I don't. Oh shit, his hat fell off. Looked like a black guy. It's a windy day. Everybody has to hold down their hats today. Cold as can be, apparently. Why is it so windy in New York? Is it ever this windy in New York today? People can barely stand. People are getting blown all the way. Everybody's dressed to the nines. Not a single person is dressed like they're shit. Nobody's poor. Everybody has, even the kids have on full regalia. Hats, shoes, big dresses with slips underneath. Everybody has their hat on. Like, who's mass producing all of this shit? And of course, who produces the big panes of glass for those windows? Oh my goodness. Just a policeman walking down the street, cop on the beat. Every single person is dressed nicely. Yep, big trams, big city in the background. We just built all that. It all looks real. We built it to look really old. Built right around this time, according to the narrative. This must have been just after a big fire. There's the Flatiron building. Look at the light fixture. Look at how intricate that is. What's feeding that? What gas lines are running underneath the city to feed that? And then where's that gas coming from? Who's producing all the fuel that's used and all? There's the Flatiron building. Just built that. Intricate all the way up. It's almost like they're filming it like they just have no idea how to get here. No zoom on that camera though. Oh yeah, we just built those big giant bridges like that. Fuck yeah, why, what do you mean? Those guys on the horses, they built those bridges. Everybody's just standing around. Dressed like they're going to church. Walking through the grass, doesn't matter, just do. And then all these horses, they have to drink like 30 gallons of water a day, and they shit like 30 pounds of shit each day. Where's all that coming from? Where's it all going? Who built that damn bridge? And who are all these people? What are they fucking doing? A big boat full of people. Nobody doing shit. Just getting off the boat, coming on out. Oh, yeah. What the fuck, man? This shit is fascinating. As boring as it is, it's fascinating. Are these new immigrants coming in? Everybody's dressed well. They all have coverings for their head and hair because apparently we were super modest. These all look like Jews to me. Interesting how this is depicting, or what's depicting. Kids dressed up. All looking like Jews. No black people anywhere. No black people. San Francisco in 1906. So here's San Francisco. Here's the other side of the country in 1906. Boy, shit sure looks the exact same, doesn't it? Why does it look the exact same? No, that's New York. That last one was New York. In 1900. This is San Francisco in 1906. This is April 14th. We know the day that this was filmed. Who laid these lines, these train lines? Where did they come from? Look at how giant these streets are. What were they, to accommodate? People driving trains and horse-drawn carriages all in the same street. Everybody's doing it like it's no big deal. I ask again, where does the gasoline for all of these cars come from? The refined crude oil gasoline. This is 1906. April 14th, 1906. The Model A was invented in 1905, right? How do they all have these cars? And again, what's fueling them? Nobody looks like shit. Nobody's poor. Look, just cutting across the road like it's no big deal. No street lights. You see the lines, the electrical lines, and of course there's that gigantic skyscraper in the background. What's fueling that train? What's powering that train? All these cars, it's 1906. Where is everybody going? What are they doing? They're all just busy. They got to go to work. Going to work. Got work to do. Nope. Somebody turning around again. Just cutting out in the middle there. It doesn't matter. No accidents. Nothing's happening. What's up, dude?
Gotta follow stairs.
He's right. Another one. Where'd that train? Who's powering that train? All the gas necessary. Look at the building. Look at the gas lights on the side. Those lighting fixtures. So there's gas lines running underneath. Notice how the train tracks are buried. Like the wheels, when they drive over them, nothing happens. Just do-do-do-do-do. Just not even worried about it. What are all of these people doing? Where do they all live? I mean, this is tens of thousands of people we're seeing. What are they doing? Here's those gas lighting fixtures again. Big skyscraper in the background, you see it? Yep. What's pulling that train right there? What the fuck? That thing was huge. And they have, okay, so they have train tracks that can cross each other? And the train isn't affected by that? What the fuck do you mean? I'm sort of confused by that thing. Okay, so this train is going across. Okay, so that cop is basically walking across where the two train lines cross each other. How does that work? Look at the size of this skyscraper in the background. This just doesn't make any sense, guys. Oh, in case you wanted a piano, there's the piano store right there. See it? Pianos. Finely tuned, basically analog computers. Just get them right there. All these different train cars. What's fueling them? Look, that guy's riding his bike across the lines like they're not even there, like there's no effect from them. More gas lights. Nobody's getting hit. Nobody's being told you can't go this way, you can't do that. Look at the marvelous buildings on either side. See, I look at this shit and it just bugs me. It's like I feel insulted by it. This big giant fucking train right there. Look at this building with the clock tower in the middle. Man, whatever camera this is, he's doing a remarkable job. Where did all of this gas come from? Just standing around. What are you doing? Oh, we're just standing here. Look at the buildings. Look at this one. Jesus Christ. Well, back to running in front of the camera. Man, this is like, reminds me of a B-movie. When they're going through and Jerry's like, show me an example of us working too perfectly. Like, none of these guys hit each other. Look at dumbass can't actually wrap his head around it. So he's like, it's AI. It's AI. It's not fucking AI. This is an old film. This has just been colorized. But that's the only way you can make it make sense, is to say it's not real. It's AI. It's something else. It's not. This is what San Francisco looked like in 1904, April 1906. Yeah, it was 1906. And then we did New York in 1900 before. How does it all look the same? Why does everybody look so cold? Where's all the gas coming from? Who's cleaning up all the horse shit? What's powering all these trains and trams? Look at these buildings. Oh shit.
You used to think moisturizer was optional. The skincare regrets are so real.
Look at that shit. Is that the train station? It's just phenomenal. Yeah, wow. All this, they just go, that just goes right in the building. In 1906, huh? It's what we were capable of in 1906. I know this is the world you were taught when you were growing up in school. There's probably one of the fountains. Oh, is that a fountain or is that an entrance? Yeah. So much horse poop. Look at all the top hats riding in their car. Where is everybody going? What the fuck are they all doing? That says, oh, what the fuck? What the hell just happened? God damn it. This says erected in 1886. So this is all just 10 years old, huh? Looks like this after 10 years. Look at all that shit. State Harbor Commissioners. By the brand of. Why did they feel the need to put plaques on the outside of their buildings? Like, yeah, we built this in 1896. Just in case anybody ever wanted to know. We built this in 1896. Is this before or after the fire, the Great San Francisco? Oh, this would have to be before the earthquake, right? Of 1906. Because the earthquake destroyed all of it, apparently. All of this shit fell because of the earthquake. 4 days later, San Francisco would be completely transformed by the earthquake. Just 4 days later. Look at how destroyed it all is. The earthquake just destroyed all of it. Looks like it got hit by a bomb. Instead, it was an earthquake. Piles of rubble all in the street already? It's 4 days later. Everybody just wandering around aimlessly. No idea what to do. Sweep stuff into piles, and it looks like it got hit by a fucking bomb. There's literally like fire marks everywhere. What? Earthquake did that? All the time this shit had been built, they didn't think to make it earthquake proof? Or they didn't know how to do that yet? Guess it's a good thing that the earthquake didn't destroy any of the streets. It shook all these buildings down to nothing, but the streets, still good to go. No cracks, no fissures. Look at all of this just destroyed. Swept into piles. Hey, looks like that. Wow. I mean, my God. Look at this shit. Supposedly destroyed by earthquakes and the fires that came in. The telephone poles are all supposed to be up. Amazing that they already have all these telephone poles to begin with. None of those burnt. And everything was, within a couple of days, swept up into nice, neat little piles. By who? Swept it all up. Good thing none of the gas lines ruptured below the streets, huh? That says Arthur. Jen Arthur cigarettes, I think. Yep. Cigarette advertisements still exist on the side of that building. Why would that be on the side of the building if there was another building there? This looks like a completely different place than the previous video where they came into that same tower. Look at it, just laid out nice and neat. So everybody can just come pick it up or what? Who cleaned all this up? Wow, it's amazing that the earthquake sheared all those buildings off at the exact same height. You know, earthquakes like to shear buildings off like depth charges. Anyway, I'm fucking done. You guys have yourselves a great day. You pedophiles, you kill yourself. Later.